Hey there, welcome to week 220 of my renovation on Iris Street. I'm over a year behind on these videos, but it's a good week. Groundworks gets these braces wrapped up in the basement. I attempt to install a mini split in my garage. I get a new garage door, which looks pretty nice, and I get to hook up some of the new outlets in the garage for my eventual wood shop out there, so let's check it out. Groundworks repair day 3. On Wednesday, the Groundworks crew is wrapping up the trenches for the C-channel braces on the south and east walls. Metal plates are buried 5 feet underground, which are connected to the C-channel inside via a steel rod. This rod can be tensioned from inside to secure the walls and prevent them from collapsing further inward. According to Groundworks, each rod can hold 10,000 pounds of tension with a failure rating of 25,000 pounds. The thing I like most about C-channel anchors is that they can be completely hidden inside framed 2x4 walls, which is exactly what I plan to do. Guys, basement renovation day 4. The crew just left. Everything is done. It's complete. All the power braces and C-channels are installed. There's hydraulic cement in all the cracks. So yeah, this job is done. I can start finishing these final few rooms, but let me show you what it looks like. On the south and east walls, the C-channel will be easy to enclose behind framed 2x4 walls. On the north wall, Groundworks had to install power braces which anchor to the floor and then tie into the floor joists above. I don't love the solution as it pushes perpendicularly against the joists, which have to be blocked to prevent movement, but it's the best solution given the close proximity of this wall to my neighbor's property, which is about 8 feet away. Good afternoon, guys. It's Saturday, and today I'm going to try to be hooking up the mini split heat pump. So first, I'll start by mounting the unit on the wall, and then I'll move to the outside. The main tricky part of this install is going to be hooking up the line set between the indoor unit and the condenser outside. I'm going to try to hook up a vacuum pump to it to draw a vacuum myself, and if everything's sealed nice and tight and it holds a vacuum for an hour, that should be all there is to the install, so wish me luck. I'm going to level with you guys now. This should be straightforward, but I had some difficulties which I'll get into as I go. Suffice it to say, I'm now certified by the EPA to legally handle refrigerants. The first step today is mounting the hanging bracket inside. I'm double checking the installation guide to make sure the bracket position will line up with the line set holes that run through the wall outside. Next, I connect one end of the electrical wires to the unit inside. It might seem counterintuitive, but these wires run through the wall to the outside condenser unit, which is the main power plant for the whole system. The outside condenser is connected to a 240 volt 30 amp circuit, which powers both the indoor and outdoor units. A plastic cover keeps the wires organized. With the drain hose, power, and condenser lines all connected, I carefully feed them through the wall. After some retaining screws on the bottom are installed to lock the unit in place, I can attach the bottom trim panel. Over by the main door, I have a thermostat control line hardwired to the indoor unit. This mini split can be operated via a remote control, but I like this thermostat for 2 reasons. One, it doesn't require batteries to operate, and secondly, it offers a second thermostat location in the room for a more accurate temperature reading. Outside, I turn my attention to the line set. This copper tube has a factory flare on each end, which makes connecting it to the indoor unit a snap. Once the condenser is in place, I can trim the line set to length, flare them, and connect them to the condenser. Power from the service disconnect box is hooked up next via this outdoor rated umbilical. The condenser system is pre-charged with refrigerant from the factory, but I can't release it into the system until I've drawn a vacuum on the install side. This is important for 2 reasons. First, you don't want to contaminate the refrigerant with anything currently in the line set, especially water vapor. And secondly, you want to draw a vacuum and make sure it holds for an hour to ensure the system is free of leaks. For those unaware, refrigerants are these magical fluids that allow machines to move heat by compressing and expanding them in a repeating cycle. In this process, the refrigerant alternately condenses and evaporates, absorbing heat in one location and releasing it in another. By switching which coil is inside and which is outside, as in a heat pump, which is what I have, the same system can either cool or heat a room. The challenge is that many refrigerants have historically had environmental downsides. Older refrigerants, such as chlorofluorocarbons or CFCs, damage the ozone layer, while modern refrigerants have high global warming potential if released. Over the past several decades, these concerns have been reduced with newer, more environmentally friendly refrigerants, but it's still important to ensure the system does not leak. Not only is leaking refrigerant illegal, but your system won't work if it leaks. Unfortunately, my system did have a leak that I assume was caused by my line set flare, but thankfully I hadn't released any refrigerant into the system yet. This is why we pressure test and make sure the system can hold a vacuum. At this point in the day, the sun had set and it was below freezing outside, so I'm going to leave this project for another day when I have a better flare tool and the temperature is a little bit nicer. Before signing off, I want to encourage anyone interested in refrigerants to take the EPA Section 608 certification, which is what I took. This will allow you to legally buy and handle refrigerants, but most importantly, it'll teach you how to do so properly as to not cause harm to the ozone. Now that my workshop is painted, I can have some fun wiring up all the new circuits. The row you see here is for countertop level 120 volt outlets. Along this row are some 240 volt outlets to allow flexible plug-in options for the larger tools. Along the east and south walls are another bank of 120 volt outlets. You'll notice an outlet near the baseboard which will eventually power a sewage ejection pump, as well as a second floor outlet near the corner should I ever want to build some cabinets with my air compressor stored inside. I've always liked the idea of having pressurized air in the shop on demand, but given how portable my little pancake compressor is, I may never permanently install it. I've got a long ways to go before the shop build out is complete, but having most of the outlets wired up is a big step forward. Good evening, guys. Today is Tuesday, and the new garage door, which is a bit of a surprise, just got installed. This is a Clopay garage door, a coachman style. I'll show you on the outside. But what's cool about this garage door is it has R18 insulation, and even the windows are insulated, so it should be very warm. There's some stickers on it, and I want to take them off. And when I tried peeling them off, of course they left residue. I've always heard that you could use a heat gun to melt the stickers off, and guys, it works amazing. Let me show you. Okay gang, that's a wrap for week 120. Here's an exterior shot of the new garage door to close out the week. As of now, I'm over a year behind on these videos, so I appreciate your patience as I try to get caught up. Thanks for tuning in, and until next week, think about getting your Section 608 certification from the EPA.